Hello children, today we will discuss about base. In the previous video before the summer vacation, I told you all acids, the classification of acids and how to prepare acids and their chemical property. Now turn is to discuss about base. So let's see what is base. In a very simple way, base is either hydroxide of metal or oxide of metal, right? So what is base? Base is either hydroxide of metal or oxide of metal along with ammonium hydroxide, right? It means substance containing oxide radical or hydroxide radical are known as base. As I have given the example of ammonium hydroxide. It is containing hydroxyl radical, that's why base. Sodium oxide, Na2O, containing oxide radical, base, right? So let's see what is basic oxide and hydroxide. Basic oxide and hydroxide. Basic oxides are those substances which contain O2 minus radical. It means substance containing O di-negative radical is known as basic oxide. They react with acid to produce salt and water. For example, copper oxide. This oxide is metallic oxide containing O2 minus radical. When it reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms CuCl2 plus H2O plus H2, right? So what are basic oxide? Substance containing O2 minus radical and react with acid to produce salt and water are known as basic oxide. Now turn is to discuss about basic hydroxide. Let's see what is basic hydroxide. As I told you all, basic oxides are substances containing O2 minus radical, while if you talk about basic hydroxide, it is substance containing OH minus radical, hydroxyl radical, right? So compound of metal containing OH minus radical are known as basic hydroxide. They also react with acid to produce salt and water. For example, sodium hydroxide containing OH minus radical, that's why basic hydroxide, right? When it reacts with acid, it produces salt and water. Na2SO4 plus H2O, right now? So base we discussed what are basic oxides and hydroxide. Now see the classification of base. Next topic is classification of base, right? So as I have already classified acids as strong acid, weak acid, monobasic, dibasic, tribasic is acid, dilute and concentrated acid. Similarly, we also classify base. So let's see aspect which classify acids. The first aspect to classify base is strength, right? So on the basis of strength, bases are classified as strong base and weak base. Strong base and weak base. As I have already told you all about strong and weak acid. Now it is time to discuss about a strong base and weak base. So a strong base means bases which dissociates completely, known as a strong base, while bases which dissociate partially are known as weak base. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they are a strong base because their degree of dissociation is very high. It means they dissociate completely in aqueous solution. While we talk about ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, they are weak base because they dissociate partially. Okay, they dissociate partially. Now see, next aspect which classify acid is acidity. In case of acid, we were using term basicity. Here acidity. What are acidity? Acidity means number of hydroxyl radical which can be replaced to produce salt is known as acidity of a base. Right now, in a very simple way, hydroxyl radical which can be replaced in a base is known as acidity of a base. Right? So on the basis of acidity, bases are monoacidic, diacidic and triacidic. Right? Monoacidic, for example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide containing one hydroxyl radical. Diacidic, calcium hydroxide, copper second hydroxide, and triacidic, aluminium hydroxide, ferric hydroxide. Clear? So on the basis of acidity, we classified base as monoacidic, diacidic and triacidic. That's all for today. Tomorrow we will provide the next way to classify the base and next topic related to base. Thank you.